live. Hi, Hal.
Robert.
How you been?
Good. How are you?
Okay. I'm okay.
Just okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, no, I'm very good. I'm near excellent. Let me just check and see if our stream is live. Let's see. There we go. Yes. Look at that. Okay.
Da-da-da.
So
How do we like
today.
to start a podcast?
Oh, yes.
Not a podcast. I mean, a live.
One of our live. And,
Oops.
well, will
So
we do
confused.
that
This, that, and the other.
on the podcast too?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think it's important
All right.
to
If you
exhibit
insist. If you insist.
our love.
Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
There you have it.
So what's today, Robert?
So today
What's the date?
is March the 24th,
2023.
2023.
And what happened in 1991?
Well, wasn't this Pearl Harbor? No. So in 1991, the universe brought us together in one place at a certain time. And because of that, you were so taken with me that you insisted that I have your phone number. And back then,
okay, sometimes
back
Robert has
then-
a fairy tale in his head. Okay. And actually, we have had a very beautiful life together, as many of you may know. And those of you that don't know are going to hear our beautiful love story, the beginning, just the beginning of it. We have two different versions, by the way. I know the truth, and Robert makes up the rest.
That's not true.
So, Robert.
Holly.
Robert, we were both going.
We were both at a
someplace.
We were both at a birthday party for a young child, a 1-year-old, who was the child of a mutual friend,
my
/
good
family
friend,
member.
a very good friend of mine. Okay, I was living in New York. You were living in Bayonne. Okay, and really small world things that happen. Right? When, like you said, the universe brings you together. Honestly, me and two friends came from Manhattan. We came out on the Long Island Railroad and we went to a 1-year-old birthday party. And Robert went
and
with
I was there.
And Robert was there because my friend's brother is married
to my sister. But
that's not why.
Well,
you were told something different than I was told, I think.
What do you mean?
Were you told that there would be some eligible women there?
No, who remembers?
You seem to remember everything else.
I don't. You know what? I don't. I mean, maybe because I can't imagine that
why would
there
you
were
gone?
many reasons why I would want to be there, as a 29-year-old single person.
I wasn't told about that there was going to be an eligible man. So the crazy thing is, okay, is this was a party. I don't even really.
What made me eligible? Just that I was single?
Well, that's what made me eligible. You were single and I was single.
Yes.
Okay. And for whatever reason, well, you could tell everybody, why did you ask for my phone number?
Well, you were scantily clad.
That's not true. I have photographs to prove it. And why don't you tell everybody about the photographs?
Well, and it started, I guess, at that moment, really, because you thrust the camera into my hand, and I don't know why.
I don't even know why I chose you to take the photo.
Well, it was outside.
Were you outside?
I may have been outside.
You probably were.
I was probably
And I
outside.
said, would you take a picture of me and my friends? And
probably outside looking to escape somehow.
And you took some beautiful photos, by the way. I still have them. I love them.
She handed me her camera.
And told them what to do.
Back then,
that's all we had.
There was a camera with film in the camera.
Back then.
But little did she know, I actually knew what the hell I was doing with a camera.
That's true.
But it didn't matter because she still took me through the instructions of of how to take a
I
picture
was
of her.
directing then, and I'm still directing now.
Up and down, up and down. Take it up and down. Take it up and down.
So
up
I
and
have
down.
I have some beautiful photographs
Because most of the
documenting me and my
time it's
friends.
documenting your outfits.
I was documenting the time with my friends.
All right.
I
I
do.
think you were
Obviously, what I was wearing
documenting
is
your
documented.
outfit.
So, anyways, all I know is that my friend said to me, "Is it okay if I get?" He asked for your number, and I
At
said,
which
"Okay."
time, back then, you had to write the number down
So,
on a piece of paper.
so I posted earlier. Actually, I did give my phone number, and he called, and that to me, obvious. I had given my number to other men.
That same day.
No. But there were no other men that I remember meeting at that party. But
My father was.
I do not. I do remember giving my number to men occasionally, and them not
You
calling.
dated a lot.
I did not.
Come on.
I didn't.
Please.
I didn't. You think I did? I didn't.
Okay.
But the one thing is
The reports in the paper show different.
The one thing is you need to be in it to win it. And I always felt I didn't care. I at the end, I was very select on who I chose, but
Who was
honest,
that?
that's you. But
Oh.
but I will say
Uh-huh.
that what was I going to say now? Okay.
You chose me. You gave your
No,
number to
no.
lots of men.
No. Meaning, be in it to win it is what I was saying. Is because I really felt like I would go out on blind dates. I would go to singles dances. I would answer ads in
Personal
New York
ads.
Magazine. I mean, again, that's old school. Today it's swipe this way, swipe
Wasn't
that
there?
way.
There were also. Who else had personals? Was it the Times?
New
The
York
Times,
Magazine. New York
New York Magazine was
New York
like
Magazine
the-
is where I went.
Right.
Yeah.
And it used to
And what would they weigh? Single white, like SW.
single white female,
Say,
single white
right.
male.
I mean, you wouldn't even see that today. Actually, you wouldn't even see that now because of gender identity things. I don't think.
I guess.
I don't even
There'd
know.
be a lot more letters. There's a
There'd
lot
be a
more
lot-
letters.
There'd be a lot more letters.
in there.
But it's interesting because
But speaking of that,
but phones, even
but
think about you're calling me.
you would be able to, in New York Magazine, you would be able to tell who was really serious about wanting to find someone, because they would, if they had a big personal ad, they could spend hundreds of dollars
I didn't know.
on
You think I noticed
a
that?
single. I
Did it-
used to see,
I
and
did.
I'm like,
did you
whoa.
answer any of those ads? Did you
Did
answer?
I
Or did you
answer?
do it? I didn't have a listing. I answered ads. I never
No,
listed myself.
most of the people I dated, I picked up on the street.
Well, the one thing I really want to tell anyone who doesn't know our story or doesn't remember our story, and I don't necessarily blame you if you don't remember
Right.
our
If you haven't
particular love
seen
story.
if you haven't seen the film,
Listen,
you might not know.
All you know what? If you have a love story, we'd love to hear it. I'd love for you to share it. I'd love to tell us who your special someone is, your partner is, your beshert, as they say in Hebrew, right? Means soulmate. Ours happened truly unexpectedly. It was not, it was, Robert
I can't
believes things are
imagine.
meant to be. Honestly, it is not, it was just not where I expected
I don't think,
to meet the love
I
of my
don't-
life.
right.
really-
I don't think I knew what, that there might be someone there,
But what I was going to say is anyone who does not,
because I probably would not have gone
if what?
if I knew like it was like a setup.
I don't
kind
think
of
it was
thing.
a setup though. I
Okay.
think it was
Just saying.
organically happened because it was supposed to happen. But ironically, Robert and our story is kind of our journey to finding each other is interestingly similar because both of us were engaged to other people in our years before we met each other.
Right.
And we both broke off with those people, knowing we didn't want to walk down the aisle. We knew we didn't want to have a lifetime of
From what I understand, they're still devastated.
you know what? I have no idea. By the way, if that's one person, my ex, who honestly, I can't even believe I said yes. When I think about it, it makes me ill. But the fact, no,
Very
but
nice.
no, it really
What
does.
if he's watching?
I don't really care. But that's what I was going to say. I didn't even ever think until this moment right now, honest to goodness, to even think of looking up this person on Facebook. Because honestly, isn't that how you look people up? I mean, it's not the Yellow Pages. We know that. So
It's a pretty popular name, Brad Pitt.
Funny you mentioned Brad Pitt. Honestly, I've been looking about all the drama that's happening with J-Lo and Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck. Wow, my goodness. I don't even understand the hoopla and the craziness that surrounds celebrity relationships.
Well,
no, honestly, it's because you're in the public eye.
Sells papers.
It is. I was watching. It was like all pieced together, Robert. Like what's going on?
I've got a hankering. I'm gonna, after this is done, I'm gonna go out and get a copy of the Star.
National Enquirer.
National
People want to
Enquirer
know
and the Star.
So
we want to say hello to a couple of people. So
thank you for sharing your
Sanjay.
Story. Hi, Sanjay.
Happy weekend.
Thank you for tuning in.
He's a grandpa again. Spelled P-A-W.
I like when you do
One
that.
of his babies had babies. I think 4 pups.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Hi, Jeff. I love Jeff's stories. Jeff and Lynn are good friends of ours. They met on a subway, and he recognized her from college. They went to Binghamton, and that's great. It's just, it's about being in the right place at the right time with the right person, and you don't even know it at the time.
Wait, you know what that concept is? There's a psychological concept.
Seriously?
Called the familiar stranger effect.
Okay.
Where like you could see someone in your environment all the time and never say hello, never make contact, but just kind of like see them. And then if you see them out of context, like in a different place, you'll be much more inclined to say something to them
because of the familiarity.
Because they're a familiar stranger.
By the way,
so it is a psychological phenomenon called the familiar stranger effect.
I think we would say hello to everybody.
Right.
So the other thing, though, I want to say is that, and this is, I think, the important thing. And I don't know if everybody values the power of a date. I have to say, and I appreciate that you and I both remember the important dates that are part of our lives. And it all really started. It started today,
when you
March
remind
24th.
Me.
Well, okay, but you know what?
But I know March is a busy month.
Well,
for
March
us.
1 starts off with your birthday.
But we met in March. We had our first date in March. We got married in March.
But so let me just share a few of those things. So we're talking about dates, right? So we've got March 1st is Robert's birthday, but we met on March 24th, which was a Sunday that year, 1991. You called me right away. And then March 28th was the anniversary of our first date in March of 91. 6 months later, I'm just going to fast forward a little bit, the abridged version. We'll share a lot more in between, with more of as we connect more deeply with all of you, which we look forward to, is then came September and Robert proposed. And that was pretty much March through September, 6 months. And then we knew we wanted to we were 28 and 29 respectively at the time. And we had already been engaged and actually had wedding invitations ordered and then canceled, with someone else earlier. And we knew we were ready to start our lives together. Well, I knew anyway. I said to Robert, I wasn't going to be waiting much longer. And he knew it. And I'm glad that he heard me loud and clear, but it wasn't a threat or anything. Please don't misunderstand. Okay. But I just was not going to, and this is a message. This is an important lesson. I don't think anybody should stay with someone for 5, 10, 15 years and not have the commitment if that's what they want. But then
well, you forced me.
Right. Well, okay. Right. Well, I am telling you, maybe, I don't think you would have done anything you didn't really want to do. I don't believe that. I know you kid around a lot, but I don't think you would have done anything you really didn't want to do. But I will tell you that September we get engaged. We put a ring on my finger. What is that song? I feel put a ring on it. And
that didn't exist back then.
No. And then we have we say we want to get married. When do we want to get married? We want to get married in March. I'm just coming full circle. We want to get married in March.
Yeah.
We
So
actually
we were
want to get
married.
married
We were married
on March 24th. It just
one
didn't
week
work.
short of
Right.
1
So we
year
got
of
married in
knowing
March.
one
So we
another.
just celebrated March 14th, our 31st wedding
So if
anniversary.
anyone says, "Oh, you
Yay,
can't plan a
us.
wedding in 6 months," they're wrong. You could plan a wedding in a week if you needed to. Just a matter of
Well, first of all,
actually
wait.
getting your guests
Well,
together,
let's
making
tell
sure people
everybody
can
why
come.
we can say that. I mean, really, we actually.
Why? Because we have a brain and
No.
we can think things through.
No, but I think coming
And
from the
we
wedding
don't-
business, Robert,
Yes, no,
you have a
of
different
course,
perspective.
Of course. When I look back, I'm thinking maybe one day I write an expose
Expose
on the wedding industry. But I carry no guilt as a videographer because we, as videographers, as image makers, photographers, videographers, I do believe that every penny that's spent on that portion of the wedding is money well spent.
Oh my goodness.
As opposed to some other portions, which I'm not going to.
Wait a second. But why
talk
don't you
about.
say, I do want you to say this. I think we'll close on this one. Okay. And we have so much more to share. But before I say what I'm going to say is thank you, Chuck. Right.
Yeah. So that I haven't thought of that platform in a very long time, but Chuck, it's good to hear from you.
And
from way back,
together.
40 years together.
Really. Congratulations. Kudos to you.
It's not easy.
And your bride. You know what? It's just, like anything that matters, it takes work.
And if anyone says like, oh, it's easy, we never fight, you're doing it wrong.
Well, you know what? It's not even about fighting.
No,
it's about two individuals coming together.
Well, if you don't have enough passion to care about stuff, right? Then yeah, you'll never fight. You'll never disagree. I don't want to say fight. You'll never disagree.
But Robert, when I meet people, they ask me. They really do. What I meet young people in young marriages, less than 10 years, 5 to 10 years, and they say, "What's the secret? What's the secret, Robert?"
Lots of sex.
Okay, that's one secret. The other secret is actually liking the person you're with. Okay.
Well, see, the thing is,
respecting them, communicating.
Because no matter how much sex you have, you're going to spend more time not having sex. So if you don't enjoy, like, you can't have enough sex to have like that be all there is all the time.
Right.
There's going to have to be some time where you're not doing that. So it's those times that you really have to like one another, because those are much more frequent.
But you know what I'm going to say too, you know what? Thank you, because that's really true. And really, he's really saying the truth, because he really would like to have sex all day long.
Not true.
Okay. You would like to have sex most of the time. But the thing is, it's okay, because I love being with you. But you know what? Liking someone, okay, like is very powerful. It's a powerful component of love. So you have to like, okay, and then you love even more deeply. So liking their personality type, respecting their personality type. Robert and I are opposites, complete opposites in every way, and yet we complete each other. We are each other's yin and yang. But there are two other things. It's also
Still
about.
haven't figured out if I'm the yin or the yang.
It's also
I'm thinking I'm the yang.
You could respect. You've got to respect each other's values, and on top of that, you also have to support their goals. So what they want, it's not only about you. It is really about that other person.
It's usually just about me.
Okay. So he's kidding. There is truth in jest, by the way, but he is kidding, because I am grateful.
I know it's not all about me. I wish it were all about me, but I know it's not all about me.
I am grateful for our partnership, but I want you to tell everybody. So Robert was going to meet my parents for the first time. And he says, no, I don't want to tell that story. Meaning, I want you to say, you always have a joke about the mother-in-law and videographers.
Oh, yes. Behind every successful videographer is a very surprised mother-in-law.
So I love that.
I think I can attribute that quote to John Goolsby.
Okay. Well, another, seasoned and known wedding videographer. It's a great video community that we've been a part of, you especially, but I come along for the ride.
So we're going to share all of that stuff.
Yeah. And introduce you to the people that we met along the way, right?
And, right. Robert? As we launch our our brand,
This one.
our brand
This one.
together.
This one. Our together
Um,
brand. Look at this big ads with a heart in
And
it.
so
I love it.
So the launch of the website is coming very, very soon.
Well,
We're
so they say.
very, very
So they
close
say.
to launch on that.
Closer than we were. Okay, Robert. No dates, please.
No dates.
No
because
pressure.
It's
a work in progress like us.
Yes. But we're very, very
We're
close.
excited, and we can't wait to bring it to you. And we can't wait for you to be a part of what we're doing and part of our community. And we're going to hang out together, and there's so much that we're going to share and learn from and with each other. So, we are grateful that you, I like that. I like how Chuck said that. What is the secret? Yes. So it's just, you know what? It's not a secret. And by the way, I don't keep anything like that a secret. Okay. So we're going to share more about our relationship personally and professionally, as is Robert is too. We're going to pull back the curtain. We're going to go behind the scenes. We're going to talk to amazing people and subject matter experts. I'm going to tell you lots more about it. So, but we just wanted to celebrate our day of meeting, the beginning of our love story with you. And we're grateful for those who have watched it live, for those that are going to watch it in replay. Please share your story, like Jeff and Chuck and Sanjay. Please, you share it in the comments with us on either the Holly and Robert page or the Robert page or the Holly page, because we're one big happy family.
And hollyandrobert.com will be live very, very soon.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yes, it will be.
Yes.
If he cooperates. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a happy weekend wherever you are in the world. And thank you so, so much for being a part of our world by tuning in to Holly and Robert.